I thought he came out being aggressive, which we knew he would. That's why we started off with a blitz against him, just to try to slow him down. We knew in Game 5 he would come out aggressive. And he made every shot, pull-up threes, mid-range. We blitzed him, we dropped, we switched, we did a lot of different coverages, but he had a hell of a game, And so as far as us, just like I said, defensively, just having that presence to start the game, I think the last – 3 games or so, they've been really attacking us, start the game early, and so we got to be better with that, especially on the road. But they play well, they play great. Holding Joker to 13 points and losing the game is tough, but that's how he beats you. If you worry about him too much, other guys can beat you. But I just thought Jamal Murray was excellent tonight.
Ty, 2 relatively quiet games in a row for James. Do you attribute that to anything Denver's doing, or is it a lack of aggression, or kind of what is that in your mind?
I think Denver. I think they've made their mind up. They're going to try to take him out of the series after the first 2 or 3 games, and they're doing a good job. Like, I got to do a better job of just finding ways to get him open, to get him space, and probably more ISOs just because they're blitzing him so much to try to get him to his spots.
So you went away from Chris early, but then obviously went back to him, and he ended up making shots. Was there a conversation in between that sub where he was able to come back and you tell him keep shooting? Because obviously he didn't hesitate on those shots, and I just thought that was interesting that he got a quick hook and then came back in but still didn't hesitate on those threes.
Yeah, he's been great for us all year, and I just wanted to see with the shooting lineup out there, just kind of see how it looked. But then defensively, we wasn't very good, and so we was able to space him out a little bit, but defensively wasn't really good. Once Katie left the floor, and so just looking at different combinations. But like I said, Katie came in, made some big shots to try to get us back in the game.
Obviously, I know the wins are what's important right now, but is there a level of optimism that with him having a game like this and even some of the moments he had last game that he could be a much bigger factor for you guys going forward?
Yeah, I hope so. Like I said, the last couple of games, I think what got him started last game, just his defense of being able to pick up the floor, being aggressive defensively, it kind of got his offense going. And then tonight came in just with confidence, shooting the basketball and making plays in the pick and roll once James went to the bench.
Ty, how concerning is it that 2 games in a row it took you guys getting down 20 in the fourth for like a real sense of urgency to kick in?
I don't think sense of urgency. I think they kicked our butt. They played well. And so, Game 4, we didn't, like I said, I didn't think we came out with a sense of urgency, but tonight I thought we had the right intent, and they just took it to us.
A result like this, and it, before the comeback in Game 4, these 2 games, is this the kind of thing that necessitates changes? Your season is on the line on Thursday.
We got to respond. We blew them out in Game 3, and they came back and responded Game 4, so we got to do the same thing. I don't know what changes you can make, They made shots, like I said, making 17 threes, and they blew us out. We made 18 threes, and we blew them out. And so the three-point line is going to be the most important thing. We got to make sure we're taking care of that, which we didn't do a good job with tonight. But like I said, going back home, in 2 to be rocking, we'll be fine.
So, Ty, to kind of piggyback off that, what do you have to do well in Game 6 to get it back to Game 7?
Like I said, protect the three-point line, do a better job with that. I think whoever wins the three-point battle has won the games. And then I think, like I said, just starting with that defensive mindset to start the game. We can't let them get out early and keep playing catch-up and playing from behind. That's what we've been doing the last 3 games.
Ty, you've touched on it, but you said pregame that, you thought Jamal was going to come out with a sense of urgency, and he did. Do you feel like you guys were well-equipped enough for that defensively, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think we were. We came out starting the game, we blitzed him to try to get it out of his hands and try to take him out of the game, but he was able to find different ways to score the basketball. Then that blitz kind of spread us out a little bit, and so we went to the drop, and then he thrived in that as well, and so he just had a great night, so we just got to bounce back, be ready to go on Thursday.
Ty, what do you feel like was successful against Nikola in particular? It wasn't just that he wasn't trying to score. He missed 9 out of 13 shots. Do you feel like the blitz kind of helped stymie him somewhat, even though that kind of let Jamal
Yeah,
go?
I think so. I think the blitz, took Zoo out of the veer. So he was guarding Jamal, took KD from veering on the Joker, and was able to rotate, and then playing him one-on-one, and then I think Switch and James did a good job of just guarding him one-on-one and trying to push him out, push his catches out. But he could be a little tired as well. He's played a lot of minutes in these games. And but like I said, his partner Jamal Murray stepped up and helped him out tonight.
Ty, obviously you touched on the threes. They made 17 threes tonight. But they also took more threes than you guys did. Now, I understand like defense was a part of the issue for you guys as well, but they don't shoot a lot of threes. They shot the least amount of threes in the NBA this season. How do you kind of turn it around to where you guys, like with the math game, you are able to get up enough threes to where you can kind of negate their prowess from beyond the arc, even though they don't take as many?
Yeah, I think just our spacing. I think the way they're playing James in the pick and roll, the way they're playing Kawhi and Norm as well, just stay in space and being shot ready and take those shots. You know, he shot 4 more threes than we did tonight. Like I said, they're not a big three-point shooting team, so we got to be able to have our spacing right and be able to take our shots. Thank you. Yep.